Fred here, welcome back to the Gear Obsession channel. In this episode we will be taking a look at the ThruNite T30 S. I'm very excited about this review because you get an awful lot for your money. And how much money would it cost you? Good question. About $29.95, at least on Amazon and on the ThruNite website. It really gives you a lot, and I'm very impressed by this company. I had recently reviewed the TN11S, and I highly recommended it. So when I got this guy, I was very excited and wasted no time in getting a review out right now because I just love it. So let's go ahead and take a close look. As I was saying, you really do get an awful lot for your money. Besides the flashlight itself, you get this nice case. It is ballistic nylon. It is single stitching only. I do like to have double stitching, but you do not get that here. Velcro. I'd rather have a button there. Now you do have a button here as well as Velcro that you put around your belt. I would have preferred, well, you know, Velcro is there fine, but I mean when you're trying to be tactical and quiet, you see what I'm saying? That's why I'd rather have a button which is a little bit quieter. You get a lanyard, and that lanyard, the way that works is you can see there's a little ring right here, and you just go ahead and put that on the cigar ring that's sort of right there. Just sort of wind that in, and then you could sort of use the quick acting attach detach little clippy thing here. One thing about the lanyard that's a little bit concerning, as always, you know, you have a lot of adjustment here. There's no breakaway, so if you get just tangled on something, you could sort of choke yourself, so no quick disconnect there. You do get a clip, so if you want to wear that somehow with a clip, you can. You get some extra O washers, very nice touch. Here's the manual, and one thing to point out, besides a really good specification listing and operation manual, is the warranty: 30 days free replacement, 24 months free repair, and then you have a lifetime limited warranty where you just pay for parts and shipping. So pretty good warranty, you know, especially considering 30 bucks. So what really makes this special, at least when I look at this flashlight, well, for $30 you're getting a 650 lumen flashlight. Now that is way in a whole different ballpark when considering the flashlights that you get in stores and things like that. Like for instance, even this Pelican right here, which cost more, by the way, than this, only has 100 lumens. And we'll go ahead and do a comparison here shortly. Now, as far as the specifications are concerned, the LED, which is the main thing about the flashlight here, your light source, it's a Cree XML-U2 LED, and that will give you 650 lumens output whether you're using the CR123 batteries, which look like this, which you don't recharge, you just use them and throw them away. You could usually get them in most stores that sell batteries, or 18650. Nice battery. Let me show you what those look like compared to the CR123s. And these guys you can recharge 300 to 500 times, as a matter of fact, if you have a charger that can handle it. And I do have a upcoming review of another charger that's actually by ThruNite to charge these batteries. So the construction of these ThruNite flashlights really impressed me. The one thing that really stands out, and at first I really didn't like it, is this silver ring or bezel around the front. And I wondered why they made everything black and they made this like a brushed silver. Well, it turns out there is a little bit of purpose in that, and the reason is that this is steel. So you have this aircraft grade aluminum, and then you have a steel bezel. So if you use it as an impact device, it's not going to harm it as much as if it were the softer aluminum. which is really nice. Now we already talked about the LED. You have a very deep, smooth reflector in there. So for those of you that like the orange peel style, sorry, but we'll see if it does have a nice smooth light or not with the smooth reflector. You also have this knurling. Let's start, heading down the flashlight here. You have some knurling here as you start proceeding backwards, and it is very, very nice, sharp feeling knurling. It's more than just cosmetic. Then you have a heat sink here, little radiator fins, because this thing will produce some heat after running a while, so you really need that when you are in the whole different ballpark of these super bright flashlights. And then you have the barrel here. By the way, the barrel is a 1-inch diameter barrel for those of you who want to mount this on stuff. And you can see you have the model and serial number on one side, and you have the company's name on the other with their little statement here, guiding you through the night. Makes a lot of sense. It's a flashlight. You have a ring here. This ring is the little, like cigar holding ring, so you can sort of hold it like that. And then you have your tail cap. Now, if you notice, your tail cap has two buttons. One is the power button, so if you press it a little bit, you have that momentary, and then if you press it all the way in, you can hear the clicky. And that just turns it on and then turns it off. Then you have your mode switch here, and we'll go ahead and talk about that here shortly. Now, two things that I'm not a big fan of this flashlight, and again, I could find fault in any flashlight. Number one is you do not have a crown. This is a smooth. I prefer the crown, and the reason why is because if your flashlight is on and you set it down, you can see that your flashlight is on. That's the first reason. You won't be able to see that with a smooth bezel. And the second thing is when you're using it as an impact device, these little jaggedies can create more damage in someone's cranial, to put it nicely. The other thing I don't like about these flashlights is they cannot stand on their tail. As you can see there, will not stand because the little button thingy sticks out further than the back. Let's go ahead and take the tail cap off. And you can see you have an O-ring, and I did show you that there were some extra O-rings. You can see there's a little bit of lubricant on here, which is again a nice show of quality here. The threads are square threads, so those are more durable than your normal kind of threads, which is really nice. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab a battery. By the way, this flashlight does have polarity protection, so you put it in backwards, you're not going to ruin anything. But I'm going to go ahead. Whoops! You saw that came out. By the way, if you use the CR123s, you got to use the sleeve. Go ahead and put that aside because I'm going to use the 18650 battery. Just pop that in there like that. And we'll go ahead and screw that in nice and smooth. Threads are very nice. So there we go. Other specifications is that this is 6 inches long. It weighs 5.6 ounces without the battery. Who knows with the battery? It all depends on how much your battery weighs. I also had gone over that this is a 1-inch diameter barrel for those of you who maybe want to mount this on a gun or something. And one pleasant surprise is this. You have a nice coated glass lens in there. Really nice. It's called anti-reflective coating tempered glass. Also, the coating over the aluminum, this black coating, is a anodized anti-abrasive finish. It's a premium type 3 hard anodized anti-abrasive finish. Sounds pretty impressive. So let's go ahead and see how this works. We're going to go ahead and hit the momentary button. Wow. That's pretty bright, and of course I can't do justice with the camera here because the camera's lens will just close down and not let as much light. But the operation is I'm going to try to block some of this, is you can do the momentary just like that, or you can click it and leave it on, and then you have the mode switch here on the side that you just click it so you can see it's low there, almost like a firefly mode. Hit it again, you got the medium. Hit it again, you got that 650 lumen. Hit it again, goes to low, medium, high. Alright, so those are the three modes. Now, notice I turned it off when it was in the low mode. When you hit the button again, it comes back on in the low mode. If I go to the, let's say, high mode, turn it off. If I turn it back on, it's on the high mode. So it remembers the mode that you're in, which is really nice. Now, if you have it off, you can see it's off. I'm going to go ahead and just hit the mode button. You can see it goes into that strobe mode. See that? Pretty nice, huh? Now if you notice, when you press and hold it in for a couple of seconds, you could take your finger off and it will continue to strobe. But if you just take your finger right off, now I don't know how many seconds you have to hold it in to get it to stay. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000. Well, it does it in 4 seconds. Let's go ahead and try 3 seconds. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Stays on. Let's try 2 seconds. 1 1000, 2 1000. Okay, so sort of hold this down for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and then it'll stay on. I wanted to do some comparisons. Now, like I said, this was 650 and the maximum. I wanted you to see the difference. This flashlight here, this Pelican 2370, is a little over 100 lumens. So on the left is the Pelican, on the right is the T30 S at 650 lumens. So you could really see the difference right there. So that's the difference between 100 and 100, or difference between 100 and 650. Next, I'm going to roll in the ATAC L2. This is a little bit over 200 lumens, probably about 220. It's probably a little bit less because I've had the batteries in here for a while. And we'll compare 200 to 650 lumen. There you go. Big difference. Now let's go ahead and just look at the pattern here real quick. So you can see you got a little spot there, and then you have a nice flood, and you can see how far that flood comes out. There is a strange ring right out here. It's probably like a reflection off the edge of the bezel is what I suspect. No big deal. It is a very nice clean light. There's no artifacts or weird things. Very nice, smooth, nice tight spot, nice flood. Now on the box they state 1.2 meters for impact resistance and 1.2 meters for waterproof and submersible. 1.2 meters is like 3.9 something feet, almost 4 feet. Now it just so happens on my table here, let me carefully bring this over, I have a bowl of water. Now it's not 4 feet, but we'll go ahead and submerge it anyway. So I've got this on nice and bright, and I'm going to make sure everything is tight here and submerge it. There we go. Well, the flashlight's been sitting in here for about 30 minutes and really haven't seen much happen to it. The light's still staying on, no bubbles coming out of it. We'll go ahead and take a close look. Let me go ahead and turn this off. And you know what? I don't think I have a cloth here to dry it on, so I'm going to have to use my shirt. No problem. It'll dry. So let's go ahead and put this aside, and what I want to do is open this up and make sure that everything looks dry in there. Okay, we have a nice dry battery and everything is very dry in there. So it is definitely waterproof. Now this is supposed to also be able to take a 4-foot drop. So, bounced around a little bit. I'll tell you what. Oh, whoops. That one bounced a little bit. That was a good one. So is it still working? Yes, it is. So pretty good. Now let's go ahead and I want to show you something. For those of you who don't understand the whole strobe thing, this is sort of being marketed as a tactical a tactical flashlight, which again, I just want to point out, one of the cons doesn't have that crown on the top, which I like on my tactical flashlights. But not a huge biggie, because you could still hit someone. That's going to hurt. But anyway, just wanted to show you what that strobe can do. It can be very disorienting. Now, if you are susceptible to seizures and things like that, you may want to skip over the next minute, okay? You've been warned. So, there you go. That's how disorienting that could be. Now if I hold it in for 3 seconds, I can take my hand off. And did you see how it slows down? It sort of cycles through a fast and slow strobe. Kind of interesting. Definitely makes it even that much more disorienting. And it even made you look like, it made me look like I was out of focus, didn't it? It's freaking out the camera just a little bit. So next we'll go ahead and take this outside and just sort of look how well it actually works in the field. We're out here in my backyard, and we'll go ahead and test the flashlight. There we go. That is full right there. So what you see is an umbrella right there. That umbrella is about 7 to 10 yards approximately. And we can go ahead and run all the way out here. And you can see the light is easily lighting 25 yards with no problem. Actually, that's probably about 30 yards all the way out there with no problem. You can also see we have snow. It's kind of a nice view, ain't it? I'm going to go ahead and put this on low. That's the firefly mode. You can see my hand here, but you can't really see anything out any further. There is the medium, so you can see the that white thing there is the umbrella, which is about, like I said, 7 to 10 yards. The fence is probably about 10, and really can't make out the trees back there until I crank it up to high again. And again, that's from 30 out to 50 yards deep in there, in the furthest trees. So really amazing, absolutely amazing. And it's a nice view of all the all the snow. Carson, what are you doing? So if you're tired of buying those store-bought flashlights, some of those being quite a lot, and kick it up a notch to that next level, like that 650 lumen level, while keeping the cost down, $29.95 down. This is definitely something to look at. Just really, really nice flashlight. Just about like everything about it. The only things that I don't like is can't tail stand, no crown. Everything else nails it. Just knocks it out of the ballpark, and definitely well worth twice as much as what you're paying for this. So I'm going to go ahead and put the links below to Amazon as well as to the website, which is ThruNite. So if you're interested in this flashlight, it will be a click away, and I highly recommend it. Alright, well, thank you very much for joining me here at the Gear Obsession channel. I do really appreciate every friend, viewer, subscriber, and you. And that's why I do what I do. I want to make sure that you spend your money well on good quality products and don't waste your time and money buying crap. I'll hopefully find things or help guide you or just put some useful information out there for you. Okay, well, thank you very much. Have a great evening.